Over this weekend the weather was quite nice and hot, but decided to come out to the garage and do some work to the caddy and found that the chrome eBay special trim has decided to start peeling away. So rather than doing some work on the brakes, I decided to start peeling this off, which took some time, to be honest with you, so I didn't do a wrap or anything. But finally managed to get all that off, which I'm quite proud of, so that's all gone in the bin. Now what I wanted to do was an advisory on the MOT, so I needed to just jack the wheels up and just check for the brake binding. Particularly it was the offside front, so here we can see the offside front wheels turning, but it's very, very stiff, and that's with no brakes applied apparently. And so just whip the wheel off and have a quick look and see what's going on under there. What I found under here was the brake pads look like brand new, but the brake hose itself is quite cut open in two places. So I could actually see cords through that, and I'm not sure if that was causing a restriction and keeping the brakes on. So then obviously the brake pipe's no good, that's going to fail shortly, so I decided to start removing that. You can see there it's just perished away badly. So while that was stripped off, I had to play with the brake caliper. The brake caliper nipple actually snapped off, and that's good, so I'm just messing around with that. I'm just going to put a new caliper on it. But while I got that stripped down, I just thought I'd decided to get a wire brush and give it a good old clean up under there and hopefully put a bit of paint on. So this took some time to get this off, to get most of the guff off, all the rust. Then decided to paint it in some high temperature gloss paint. Then I'll just loosely put it back together and stick the wheel on for the time being, and then make a start on the passenger side. So the passenger side actually turned a lot freely, so I'm quite happy with that, although still not great. There was no bleed nipple on this side on the caliper at all, and brake fluid probably needs changing about every 2 years, give or take. And this is a 40-year-old car almost, so I thought I need to get that fluid out of there. So I think what I'll do is stick 2 front calipers on it, so that brake hose will be getting replaced as well. It's quite perished in a few places. But whilst here, say, decided to sand it down and actually give it a clean as well. Stick some paint on it, protect it. So here we're just cracking off the brake pipe from the brake hose, making sure that moves and free, and I'll just nip it back up for the time being while I wait to get the parts. So after putting a bit of paint on it, it looks much better. Happy with that. And then what I'll do is stick that back together, stick it in gear, release the handbrake, and start on the back and just check that. So this is the offside rear. That turns, it's quite tight, but it turns, it's not too bad. So I decided to take that off. The drum looks okay, there's no cracks in the drum. Brake shoes are in good condition. However, when I went to try and release the bleed nipple, that snapped off the back of the wheel cylinder. So rather than mess around, I now have to remove the wheel cylinder. So we'll just make sure the brake pipe comes undone, which was fine, and then some genius decided to put screws in it